And we're back with more on the official Dragon postgame show, brought to you as always by ourgreatcity.com. It was a first half full of excitement and highlights, and we're going to take a look at all of them, brought to you again by our friends at Sewell Cadillac. Carroll taking the opening kickoff and on its first possession starting fast, moving 44 yards in 8 plays, getting a field goal by Mac McGuire to go up 3-0. Central would go 3 and out on its first possession. Carroll would take the punt at the 47-yard line of the Chargers, where it would only take them 2 plays to get into the end zone. The score coming on the first of 4 touchdowns by running back Paul Stevenson.
So now the Dragons on second down and short, handed off. Stevenson up the middle, big room, 30, 25, 20, turns left at the 10, he's to the 5, touchdown, Carroll Dragons. A 38-yard touchdown run.
Central would get the ball back on their 30, but before they could do anything with it, they wound up getting shot in the foot, and our defensive player of the game, Dominic Cruciani, scores his first varsity touchdown.
Kirk and Gwynn both in the backfield, so out of the I formation, they run the play fake, and now Tausch rolling to his right. He's hit, he's dropped, he fumbles the football. It's picked up by the Dragons at the 15 and run right back in for the touchdown. Bridgers knocked it out, Cruciani picked it up and took it 16 yards for the score.
Well, if you thought that the Chargers were going to go home with their tails between their legs, you would have been mistaken. On the very next offensive snap, the Chargers answered, one play, 85 yards, courtesy of Zach Sanchez.
Short side of the field is to the right, 2 receivers to the left as they snap it to Tausch, and he'll fire it out left side. And that pass is caught out at the 40-yard line. Nice move, Sanchez down the boundary across the 50 to the Carroll 40. He's to the 30, to the 20, still running to the 10, and that is an 85-yard touchdown pass and run.
On the next possession, Carroll would attempt to answer, but they would shoot themselves in the foot with a penalty that crippled the drive, killing their forward momentum. They would give the ball back to Central, and Central would move 73 yards in 5 plays and cut the Carroll margin to 3.
From the Carroll 37, 2nd and 8 off the left side hash. Again, running play, big room. Kirk up the middle to the 30, to the 20, running to the 10, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Central Chargers. Right down Broadway. Officially, it's a 36-yard run for C.J. Kirk, his 13th touchdown of the year. And now, it's not quite the laugher it was a moment ago. It's 17-13 Dragons.
Dragons needing to answer that flurry by the Chargers. They would on the very next possession, going 63 yards in 6 plays, capping it with the 2nd touchdown by Paul Stevenson.
The handoff on first down going to Paul Stevenson. Beg your pardon, it was a 2nd down carry, and Stevenson into the end zone, 6 yards for the touchdown.
Carroll would take over with 6:36 to go after a nice punt return by Sean Hoagland set them up at the Charger 28. From there, it would take 2 plays before Paul Stevenson would score his 3rd touchdown of the night.
From the 13-yard line, there's a handoff up the middle, running play. Stevenson gets to the 5, gets to the end zone. Touchdown, Carroll Dragons. Another Paul Stevenson burst.
The extra point by McGuire would put Carroll up 31-14, but as we'd already seen, a 17-point lead, undaunting to the Chargers. They would take the ball at their 25-yard line and go with a vintage Central Charger drive, capping the drive off with a 2nd touchdown pass from Tausch to Zach Sanchez.
Running backs either side of Tausch, takes the shotgun snap, now throws for the end zone. Chicken fight right at the corner of the end zone, and is caught for the touchdown. That's an amazing catch by Sanchez, his 2nd TD grab of the game. And Central, with 13 seconds to go in the first half, is on the board again. It's now 31-20.
That'll do it for the first half highlights, again brought to you by our good friends at Sewell Cadillac. Continuing on with the official Carroll Dragon postgame show, let's take a look at the second half highlights. Central definitely had some momentum coming out of the locker room to start the 3rd quarter, but that momentum was quickly quelled on the opening possession as Central turned it over for the first of 3 times in the second half.
Out of the pistol, Tausch with the ball, throws deep, it's picked off at the 40-yard line. Jaleel Gordon back to the 50, down the boundary 40 to the 30, defender behind him at the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and He's tackled at the 4-yard line.
After the pick by Gordon, they would actually spot the ball in the 3-yard line, and from there it took the Dragons only 2 plays. The score coming for the 4th and final time on the night by Paul Stevenson.
Statistically, it's the 2-yard line as Hill will hand it off to Stevenson, who goes in for the touchdown.
Central with the ball at their 23-yard line, trying to answer when once again the Dragons secondary comes up with the big play, this time courtesy of sophomore Tanner Jacobson.
2 backs either side of Tausch, who takes the snap, rolls to his right, now throws across the middle of the field. It's intercepted, the 40-yard line, picked off Tanner Jacobson back to the 30, comes to the 25, to the 20, and he's knocked down inside the 20 at the 18.
From there, it was Kenny Hill to our offensive player of the game, Dylan Alexander, for the final kill.
Carroll Kenny Hill, and he's going to throw a fade for Alexander in the end zone. He reaches up and has the ball not away from him, he holds on to it. It's a touchdown.
So those are the highlights on the night, and quite a night it was. The Dragons victorious 45-21 over the visiting Central Chargers, running their record to 4-1 in district, 6-2 overall. Next week, a date with the Saginaw Rough Riders.